everyone, today I am going to be reviewing the Lansinoh Discreet Duo wearable pump. It is their newest wearable pump that they have on the market, and today we're just going to go through and discuss my testing, my methods, and what I think about this pump. Just a bit of a disclaimer, Lansinoh does not know that I'm doing this review. They did not sponsor this video in any means. This pump was purchased outright, so there is no bias to anything, and everybody gets to see the video at the exact same time. I have very specific ways of reviewing products that most don't do, so you'll probably find a little bit more information. Maybe it's information that is important to you or not, but either way, this is just my method to everything. That way I can guarantee a stable and non-biased review across the board for all the pumps. I have very many pump reviews coming out and then in the future product reviews, and so you'll start to notice that there is a pattern to the madness, but hopefully it helps you make a very informed decision when purchasing these pumps. So let's just dive right into it. What's the quality of this Discreet Duo? What exactly is it in terms of how long is it going to last, the warranty, things of that nature? Reality is, this is just a rebranded Chinese pump. I'm not knocking the Chinese pumps at all. There's actually some really good ones. The NCVI brand is a great one. Oddly enough, this is an NCVI pump. So this is just a Chinese wearable that's been rebranded. We actually have many companies that do this. However, those companies aren't demanding your insurance to get them. As far as the quality, it is a decently built pump. It has a 1-year warranty through Lansinoh, so they do honor that. But they also have like a lot of liability clauses in there. So as far as the warranty for Lansinoh, make sure you read the warranty and keep up with things. They have a lot of like, oh, we'll void your warranty if you do this way, this over here. So, but it does come with a 1-year warranty. As far as the internal components, I will link a teardown video in this area so you can go through, see what all is inside of it. It has 2 smaller batteries, which is a bit unique for the more affordable wearables that we have on the market. Most of them have a single battery that is just large enough to support the entire pump, whereas this one has 2 that sit on either side here. That's a bit of a concern for me. I would rather see them actually put in the effort to do 1 battery that can actually sustain the entire thing, but I digress. As far as the patent goes, so far I have not found it. They have this one particularly hidden well. The Chinese pump manufacturers actually have multiple arms, and it's all the same manufacturer, but you have to find them. They have different names and everything else. So far, I don't have the patent. I don't have the FDA approval, but when I do, I'll link those down in the description. So if that's important to you, check the description. As far as does the pump overheat? This one actually does pretty well. It doesn't really get hot with a lot of use. I didn't bother to do a thermal on this particular pump just because it's so within normal limits. It wasn't really needed. As far as the battery life, Lansinoh is claiming 100 minutes. Yeah, 100 minutes on the battery life. That's not actually realistic. The majority of the companies rebranding this and selling it are saying about 80 to 90 minutes, depending on your settings and how you're using it. Reality is, it's more like 80 minutes. So you get about 80 minutes for the battery life before you need to really charge it again. As far as the sound, it's not loud. We'll go ahead and play it. It takes it a minute. So this is max suction. So as you can tell, it's not very loud. It's pretty quiet, considering some of the other pumps on the market. It is portable. As you can tell, there's no tubing or portable pump that you have to connect to it for the cup collection. It just all fits in your bra. As far as leaking, there is a pour spout up here. That would be the main concern if you were leaning forward and this was pretty filled. But other than that, as long as you're assembling the silicone flange well, you shouldn't have any leaking. But again, this is a silicone flange. It goes all the way around, so you would have to make sure it is properly assembled. Does this pump have any smart features or an app? No. This is strictly a pump that you push the buttons in your bra and it goes. Now, it does have a memory feature. So if you find the settings that work for you, you can have it set to memory. That way, when you put it in your bra, it can just run the auto programming. That's nice. Suction type. This Lansinoh wearable is a tug and release. So it's what majority of your pumps that you're going to be familiar with is operating with. They have 4 modes: a stimulation, expression, a massage mode, which is kind of more like a stimulation mode. Their stimulation mode is a little bit different. And then that automatic memory setting. So that's that 4th mode that they're doing. All of them have 9 levels of suction. For sensors, it does not have a sensor, so it doesn't know how much milk you're pumping. It does have a 20-minute auto shut-off for this particular wearable pump. As far as movement, we have some pumps that move a lot, whether it's a portable or a wearable, that can cause problems. This one doesn't have a whole lot of movement. We can actually turn it back on. You can see it has a bit of movement, but overall, it's pretty good. You're not going to have a whole lot of issues in terms of alignment and it shifting on you. For the price, they're selling this for $160. It is way overpriced. Way overpriced. They have it at $160 because they're honestly wanting your insurance benefits. When they first launched it, they were trying to only do insurance. And that's still how they're pushing the majority of their wearable pumps, is they want you to use your insurance benefit to get their wearable pumps. You can get this same pump, which is the NCVI cup, the NCVI pump, off Amazon, 2 of them for $80. So literally half the price from the manufacturer directly, and they do the exact same thing. The only thing different for Lansinoh's that I can tell is they made it purple and they put their name on it. You can pay the manufacturers to do that, so that's really not impressive. As far as performance, I am very excited. Genuine Lactation, Jessica Anderson, is going to do a head-to-head with the NCVI and this Discreet Duo to double check and make sure that they're operating the same. But yeah, I'm really excited for her video. If you want the comparison, I would jump over to her channel and give her a follow. Replacement parts are about $22 when you consider both pumps, because I'm assuming you're going to be using both pumps. Oddly enough, 2 out of 3 of the replacement parts that Lansinoh is selling is only 1, so you have to double it to actually get enough parts for everything. It's really weird. But it's about $22 for that, for both pumps. They don't have a timeline. They don't say how often to replace it. They just tell you to contact them. Typically, it's about 3 to 4 months, typically. So that's what I'm expecting it to do for this pump in terms of longevity. Wrapping up and summarizing things, I have a bit of a rant. Lansinoh is being very icky, in my opinion. So they're sitting here, they're kicking out subpar pumps. I don't have a problem with this pump particularly. I think the pump is fine. I think it's overpriced and it's not worth your insurance benefits. The fact that they're trying to have this pump for $160 as your insurance pump is just appalling to me. Lansinoh is doing the best they can to stay in the game. They're trying to stay relevant, and they're kicking out subpar products to try and do that. And I do not agree with that. If you were to use your entire insurance benefit on this pump alone, what are you going to bring in your milk supply with? What are you going to do when this motor craps out? They have a 1-year warranty for a reason, because they're not going to last that well. If you have to exclusively pump or do something of that nature, this is not going to do it for you. You will have to buy another pump. It is much, much smarter to get a heavy-duty pump with your insurance benefit and then pay out of pocket for the wearable than it is vice versa. It does not work out well. Also, you can go and spend the same $80 for the exact same pump on Amazon. And NCVI comes with a 1-year warranty, so you're not actually losing out on the warranty either. I've worked with NCVI on other pumps, and they do honor their warranty. It was a pretty easy and painless process. I think I had to wait an extra day for a response, but that's really not that bad considering they're communicating from China. So, yeah. Rant overall, the pump I don't have a problem with. The selling tactics and the way they're trying to do it, which is just scam you out of your insurance benefit, definitely have a problem with it. But in summary, it's a good little pump. It has some nice features like the auto shut off, like the memory settings. I would say it's on the weaker side, which is probably fine for the majority of moms. I am a mom that prefers higher suction. So for me, it's on the weaker side. I wouldn't actually be able to utilize this and rely on this pump. So that's something to be mindful of if you really like that higher suction pump, especially if you're like a Baby Buddha fan. This is not the pump for you. But other than that, it's pretty quiet. You're really not going to have leaking issues. It's portable. You don't have to worry about a smart app, so it's not going to suddenly change on you one day for no reason. Just as a disclaimer, everything that I'm discussing in terms of the functionality of this pump, its longevity, and movement as far as your bra and everything, does come back to proper flange fit and proper bra fit. So I can link information about those down below. That way you can guarantee that you have the right setup for your pump. This review is based on if you have the optimal setup to optimize your pump and make sure everything is golden. I hope that was very educational. I hope that is what you needed to make an informed decision on whether or not to use your insurance or just buy this pump outright and where to buy it from. And yeah, see you on the next one.